by the goalkeeper. And she finished it! Hello guys, welcome to the Sunday night live stream. It is Cosmopolitan night. We are back with Sandzak, and I'm delighted to have him with me today. Juliana Pereira, a new signing with New Amsterdam. And before I talk to him, let's have a look at a goal that Juliana scored. So Nano, I know that goal you scored in Greece. Where were you last playing before you came back to New York?
Well, I was last playing in Greece at a club called Meteora up in northern Greece. And yeah, that goal clip was an awesome game for us. We played away against another team who we were battling with in the middle of the table, and got a goal so we could get that away win and get 3 points on the road.
And what was it like the playing in Greece in terms of like the soccer culture? Are they just absolutely obsessed with it over there?
Oh yeah, they're so passionate, you know. Every game is like a World Cup final, you know. The fans are going crazy. Every referee call is taken so seriously. The fans love making a lot of noise. You know, even when we had you know, away games a couple hours away, we had a bunch of fans come watch us, so they're super passionate about the game.
Yeah. And so you signed with New Amsterdam, what, was it a month or two months ago?
Yeah, it was about 2 months ago. Came here to New York City, and yeah, signed a contract with this new professional team.
How are you feeling about the team and the prospects? I know it's a new club.
It is, and you know, in the first few games of the season, we've struggled to get results, but I think we're coming together. You know, it's a new team. A lot of guys are playing together for the first time, and I know that we have the talent and the ability to win games. The results haven't come yet, but I think we're working hard towards it, so they'll come.
Well, tonight obviously we're watching Sandzak. I know you had a quick look at a Messi Sekic goal. Sekic is injured, but what did you think of that strike by Messi Sekic?
Oh man, it was an incredible strike, and you know, surely they're going to miss him today. But I know they have a couple other key players. I know in the past 3 games they've scored 10 goals, and one player in particular has been involved in, I think, 7 of those 10 goals.
Arisabovic.
So, yeah. He's playing well, so I think they have other weapons on the field today.
All right, well, so excited to have you here today, Nano. Without further ado, guys, let's have a look at our Sandzak starting lineup. We have the head coach, Kemal, who I just saw score for the reserves actually. Good to see him out there. We have number 1, Arslan Dasic, who I believe may be out today, the goalkeeper. Number 2, Amir Hot, who was originally playing in defence, but now we saw him up leading the line last week, so we'll see where he is this week. We've got number 3, Emir Bakovic, the striker. Number 4, Florent Yupa. The skipper, Almas Kojic, who put in a titanic display and an incredible goal line clearance last week. We have Esmir Vušetović, who's been out the last 2 games, hopefully back this week, a really good, tricky winger for them. This man is here today in the middle, Amir Todic, the playmaker in the heart of the Sandzak midfield. Number 9, the fox in the box, Fero Durovic-Savic, who got a goal last week to bring it level against Williamsburg. The player that you mentioned, Nano, Haris Sabovic, 7 involvements in goals, either scoring or assists in his last 3 games. And number 11, Messi Sekic, who we are expecting, unfortunately, to be out injured today with an ankle injury that he got last week. We have number 14, Sanel Semanovic. Number 17, Haris Orohovac. The big, beefy centre-back, Mirza Hot, who is a wall against all attacks. We have Medin Sekic. Adil Selimovic. We have Jimmy. Asmir Ivanovic, the big man. Darko Drinkic, who we're expecting will be in goal today in place of Dasic. We've got Elvedin Sekic, the new signing. Florent Papucci, who also may be out today. And finally, we have Mirza Sabovic, the young man who has really come into his own as the season progressed with Sandzak. And there is our Sandzak lineup. And let's have a quick look at where these guys are in the league table. As you can see, just 2 points off of that promotion spot. And something to note is that FC Japan are going to be playing league leaders Borgetto at 8 p.m. tonight. So obviously a good chance that Japan drop some points. And if they did, then Sandzak would have their spot in the playoff zone with a game in hand. Now we can see we've got the Sandzak guys out there just doing their final preparations. And Bloc Espanol on the other side. And it's absolutely tipping it down. Now, how do you like playing it? Do you prefer it because the ball moves quickly, or is it an irritation for you?
You know, I think playing in the rain is one of those things that it can go either way. It can either the ball can move nicely, and if your team is up for it, everything can move a little faster. At the same time, you always have to be prepared in case you get a ball that skips or something over someone's head. You got to be prepared for those mistakes. So defensively, you have to be cautious. You have to cover in behind. But I think it's always a fun game in the rain. You know, you get the best out of players because they're out here working hard, getting wet, and it's always a battle.
And that was quite some pitch that we played our little five-a-side on yesterday as well. That was the bad kind of rain field.
That's right. Yeah, it got slick after about 5 minutes of rain. It turned into a fun little game though.
Yeah, it was. Shout out to Street FC. We were going over Street FC watching. And guys, just a reminder, we're going to have our goal of the month winner announced at the end of this game. I think we must have had about well over 1,000 votes for incredible engagement. Thank you so much, guys, for all the engagement, and none more so than from Sandzak. The Sandzak army came out in force for this one. We should be kicking off in just a few minutes, everyone. The referee and the linesman we can just see getting dressed up. And then I should get you up to speed. We sometimes, the linesman showing up on time is always a bit of a lottery. And we had a game we covered about a month ago where the linesman showed up exactly 1 minute in, just in time to see a goal scored on the end he was meant to be calling offside on what was a very dubious goal. And it's against Sandzak.
It's classic.
Yeah. Did not want to be that linesman at that point.
You know, if there's one thing that's for certain is when you're a linesman, you know you're going to hear it from both teams. So when something like that happens, you know, he's got to be prepared for it.
Yeah. So once we get, I'm going to try and visually identify. The other thing I should mention as well, this is a great aspect of the Cosmopolitan League, Nano, is sometimes certain teams like to play lottery with their numbers. Sandzak is, there's many things I love about Sandzak, but Sandzak is an offender here, so I'm going to work out whose is who. You can see we've got Big Mirza, the number 21 out there. Got Ahmed Tojic, the number 8. Looks like Selimovic is going to be wearing number 15. I'll write this all down for us.
Yeah, it looks like you got the captain, number 6, Almas Kojic, right?
Yeah, that's the one. And he's a big presence at the back for Sandzak. Got in the middle number 5, Mirza Sabovic, the young man. Very intelligent playing the ball. You see Harris Sabovic out there.
And so, Josh, you've seen the last few Sandzak games, right?
Yes.
So, what formation do they typically play in?
And normally playing a 4-3-3.
We'll see if there's any changes today with Messi out.
Yeah, with Messi Zekic, yeah. Perfect. Hey, how's it going, Mike? Good
luck, man.
Thanks, you too. What was your score?
I think we won like 4-1.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, gotta see that, man. That was Michel Cesar Maiko saying that the Michel reserves just won 4-1 against Flushing, and Michel FC's first team is going to be kicking off against Flushing at the same time as this game right behind us. Looks like we've got Ramos Sekic as well, called up from the reserves. I know they're missing a couple of players, Sandzak today. We've got Jimmy. Looks like Jimmy wearing the number 11. If you want, I can take it out. Yeah, I'll write it down. And it's absolutely tipping it down around Randall's Island today. We've also got Sanel Samanovic out there as well.
All right, we got the little coin toss happening now.
Well, there's certainly no sun to kick into today, so I don't think it really matters either way. There's going to be some very cold players at the end of this, I think. It does not feel like May rain.
I'll tell you what, no one wants to play a game in the rain like this and go home losers. So I think it's going to bring out the best in both teams. This is going to be a fun match.
And Sandzak just getting in for that final team medal. They have Redza Matovic in goal today instead of Arslan Dasic. I'm going to give it to you once I'm off right now.
Last few little game preparations.
Let's see now who we've got out there for Sandzak. Now they're in formation. We've got Reza Matovic in goal. We've got Kojic, the skipper, and Mirza Hot at centre back. We've got Ramo Sekic at left back. We've got Jimmy at right back. Todic and Mirza Sabovic. In the centre midfield. And we are off and underway.
Kickoff.
There it is. Well, you're already one step in me now. I always forget to do the stopwatch until about 15 minutes in. So we got that's some coaching
Experience. It's habit. I'm conditioned like a dog. You ring the bell, I salivate.
It looks like we do have Vucetovic as well back. Good to see him back on the right wing. Haris Sabovic on the left. And Zamanovic. Looks like he's leading the line, number 14. Sorry for that, right? And Bloc Espanol currently sitting third from bottom in the table, and I believe at about 4 points. But they have picked up a couple of points, and it is a little bit of a slippery one for Sandzak. And there's an early breakthrough for
You know, despite being towards the bottom of the table, it looks like they've scored quite a few goals, so could be dangerous going forward.
And here comes Kojic, coming over to cover that.
Can I write one out this one?
And Ahmed Todic looking to spread it out to Vucetovic, who has been out for the last 2 games. A big miss for Sandzak. Of course, they are without Messi Sekic. And here's Jimmy pushing down that right wing. Giving it back to Selimovic. Back into Jimmy. And Jimmy looking to work his way down, and he's got past the tackle, stays on his feet, and chipped in towards the back post. And Mirza Hot, or Mirza Sabovic even, was looking into that back post.
That was a good looking cross.
But a positive start by Sandzak. And Jimmy with a 1-2 with Mirza Hot, but Mirza Hot has just sold him a little bit short. And the big number 14 for Espanol. But Ahmed Todic with a very satisfying sliding turf tackle. Number 6 is Kojic at the centre back. 21 Mirza Hot. And Ramo Sekic, the number 18. Gonna throw this back in, the left back. Tossing it down the line to Haris Sabovic. Right, gonna bring it down. Back in, and here's Selimovic. And Haris Sabovic has got it. Salmanovic was looking in behind there. And Haris Sabovic got caught late there, and there's going to be a free kick for Sandzak in a decent position.
So it does look like they stuck with the classic 4-3-3, despite the injured player out. Probably what the team's most comfortable in, it sounds like.
And it's going to be Todic with the free kick about 40 yards out. What do you think, Danny? Think he's going to go for this, or do you think it's going to be a cross?
I think he might give it a go the way he's lined up. Let's see.
And he does go for it, Todic, and wasn't the worst strike. Keeper watched it carefully. I suppose this is a day for long shots with how slippy that ball's going to be.
Yeah, with a wet surface, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, a nice little nutmeg there.
Jimmy giving out to Borgetto. Looking in. They're going to have to stay awake here. Espanol. Cleared out. And Mirza managing to get that set back. Block Espanol with their first real proper bit of possession in the Sandzak half. And Kojic just let it slip between his legs. And a little fortunate to get a free kick there. Sandzak will toss this one back in. Sekic looking for Haris Sabovic, and Sabovic with a very clever flick into Mirza Sabovic. And it's going to be the first corner of the day.
Sabovic does important work up front, and you know he was up there for that header earlier on. He's looking dangerous already. Let's see if he can get one in the back of the net.
And it's going to be Haris Sabovic to deliver this in. Plenty of options up there. Sent in towards the back post, and it was Mirza Sabovic who rose up for it. There's Espanol head on the ball. It's going to be a Sandzak throw. Jimmy to toss it back in, give it into Mirza Sabovic. And Mirza working back to Jimmy, and well worked there. Here's Slimovic. Firing across goal, and Kojic on the volley!
Oof. That was well worked from the throw-in in the corner, connect a few passes, find the open man in the middle. Nice little volley, just couldn't manage to get it on frame. But it's good play on the side.
And Jimmy down that right side already been involved in a couple of good attacks for Sandzak.
And Sandzak's definitely looking like the aggressor early on.
Mirza getting a head on it, and Ramo Sekic completing the clearance. Vučetovic just doing well to get a hold of that, and Jimmy again is moving down that right side. And Jimmy will throw this one into Slimovic, who was a player that they missed last week, Sandzak. Good to see him back in, and it's a lovely little cutback by Jimmy. And here's Slimovic again. Todic got some options there, just held on to it a little bit long, and Samanovic lost hold of it. Oh, that's a nice turn there by the block Espanol player. Got the meg on Mirza. Slimovic won it back before giving it back. Todd just looking there, and it's a good set back by Samanovic. Todic finding Haris Sabovic, who referee judged got it with his hand there. It's going to be a Espanol. Free kick. Here's Todic. Looking in behind for Semanovic, but they won the same name then. The defender just hesitating for a second, getting out in the end. Kojic was first one to that one, but back with Espanol again. The game just a little bit choppy at the moment. Both teams struggling to keep hold of it. Here comes Vucic though, and Vucevic going for the early shot, but did not connect with it in the way he wanted. And that's a come off of the left back's hand. And Sandzak will have an opportunity to knock this one into the box if they want to. Jimmy standing over it.
And surprisingly, Sandzak have few players in the box. It looks like they could throw one or two more if they wanted.
And it is sensitive, yeah, not too many options to aim for. But Mirza Hot has got a powerful header on that
what
one.
A save by the goalkeeper. Big save.
Mirza Hot, such a dominating presence in the air. And he got a lot of power behind that.
Yeah, Sandzak definitely looked dangerous in the air, and they've had a number of set pieces, so if this continues throughout the game, they could manage to get a couple goals off the set pieces.
Sent in by Savage again, near post, and Kojic wasn't too far away from that one. Block Espanol though, will look for their own counter-attack. And Sanimovic doing well just to cover and clear the immediate danger.
Looks like Espanol is going to look for those types of opportunities as well. So far in this game, they've been pinned back in their own half for most of it. We're about 12 minutes in. They've been playing out of their own half most of the time, but if Sandzak throw many numbers forward, they can look for a counterattack, and as you can see, they look fast, they look dangerous.
He's just straight offside there, the block and Espanol attacker. Well won there by Semanovic. He's used to playing further back in the field, Semanovic. Normally you find him in the centre midfield area, but covering for the injured Messi Sekic. And Harris wriggling past couple, asking for a free kick there, not given, but Kojic stepping well to that. That's going to be a Sandzak throw deep inside of Espanol's half. And no, I think it's best. This rain is just getting heavier by the minute.
It is. It is, and you know, it only makes the conditions more difficult to play. And if you're a player, you got to be really mentally tough to deal with these kind of circumstances. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the game. So far, Sandzak has looked the more dangerous team.
Let's see if they can convert it into a goal. As I said, a win for them tonight would give them a good shot of getting into that promotion zone due to Japan facing off against Borgetto. But Sandzak are going to have a very tricky final run of fixtures. In there they've got the Ukrainians, who if you saw last week in our live stream, they were dominant against Misil. Also against the league leaders Borgetto and current second place Central Park Rangers. That's some good pressure by Sandzak, but Selimovic just rushed the pass a little bit.
You know, the striker might have been offsides there, which is why he hesitated to play that ball through. But if they can press and win the ball back high up the field like that, they're going to be dangerous.
It's a good step by Sandzak, and Vučtrović is going to whip this in. It's a decent looking ball. Good steps in the front post. Falls back to, well, it looks like it's going to fall back to Vučtrović until the goalkeeper came out.
And there's another opportunity, just like we were talking about. Right back steps up and wins the ball in the other team's half, creates a quick attack, and they get a corner kick out of it.
And Jimmy will send this one in. Looks near post. And it's going to fall to Samanovic on his left foot.
Couldn't quite connect on it, but once again, you know, the set pieces, they're looking dangerous. They're having opportunities. If they can connect with one of these shots, put them on frame, test this goalkeeper, maybe they can get a goal.
That's hoofed up long. Moves there hot, give it back to Kojic, and he just saw him a little bit short, and they've got it at block Espanol in a dangerous position. Ramos Sekic covering well.
It's a good recovery by the left back there, but it's dangerous play by the center backs.
And block Espanol with another chance that he's looking in for the back post. Ramos Sekic getting out well with the initial header. But he's got it now on his left foot and took a deflection. And it's going to be block Espanol's first corner, and this is it's about 20 minutes in. Unfamiliar territory for block Espanol. Have mostly been pinned in their own half. But they're going to have a chance here. 6 yellow shirts to aim for in the box, and they've got some height up there. Ball sent in. Kojic getting the initial head net, and Vučtrović getting it out further. Back with block Espanol. Sekic giving it into Samanovic, but the referee just calling that back. Sekic has got a little bit too far forwards. And Harasovic just doing a little bit too much there, and it's back with Espanol. Selimovic winning that back throw, and here's Vučtrović on the right. Just tried to chop back inside, he got anticipated, but giving it to Mirza Savovic. Giving it to Samanovic. Clever little header over top. Back with Kojic though. And it's a sandwich between the two Sandzak players. Block Espanol will take this free kick. Pushing up, Todic getting his foot in. That's going to be a throw into Sandzak, who created half chances so far, but not managed to get a clear-cut opportunity yet.
Well, they had one volley from inside the box that looked pretty good, just went over the crossbar. and a couple other chances, close crosses, going for headers. Couldn't quite manage to get a good head on it, but they are creating some chances. If they sustain the pressure, maybe they can break through. Haven't really looked too susceptible in the back. Espanol have had a couple attacks and a corner kick, but haven't created much besides that.
They're going to have a free kick now, Espanol, and they're just going to go route one with it. Mizahot comfortably dealing with that one. And then number 10 with it. Driving in Sekic. And he's cut well, and he's moving in towards the box. Kojic trying to come over to deal with it. He's got a foot on it. Still with the winger. Toss back in. Selimovic gets under it more than away. And it still backs around, and it's a header. Couldn't get the power on it. And Razumatovic comfortably gathers that one. Manovic had a bit of a height advantage there for that aerial challenge.
Looks like they're making a sub. Salmanovic coming on. Coming off.
I see it's coming back. Come on. Jimmy just losing a hold of that. And it sent him back across. Mizahot getting a head on it, but Sandzak just under a little bit of pressure right now. Just trying to see who that is who's come on for Sandzak. That's a good step and I think that's Hodzic, who's come on the left wing for Sandzak.
Number 13, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Best I can tell, a long way away.
It's good pressure from Sandzak, not letting Espanol advance the ball. Forcing them to make a difficult pass rather than letting them play through the lines.
Jimmy reading that one well, and Vustovic.
See if they can spring forward here.
Just got cut off. It's just not clicking for Sandzak at the moment. Mizahot giving it back to Razumatovic. Out long looking for option, and Jimmy just having to stay awake here. Got 2 yellow shirts around him, and he has left them both for dead.
He's done well. He's done well.
I have to say, I did not see that as the outcome when he was running towards his own corner, those two behind him, but did really good. Jimmy giving it to Sabovic. What time do you have, Nano? Yours.
Looks like we're about 25 minutes in.
Feels like Espanol have come into the game a bit.
Oh, that's a good ball down the line.
It's looking decent. Kojic coming over Catania. Well, would you think that's fair? No, that they've come into the game a bit. Espanol the last couple of minutes.
They do seem like they're growing a little bit, and it's interesting. 25 minutes in, rainy day. Maybe some guys starting to get a little tired midway through the half. So we'll see. We'll see if Espanol grows more into this game or if Sandzak can hold them off. For the most part, Espanol has been looking for those balls over the top into their forwards. But maybe if they keep doing that and Sandzak back off, it looks like they have some quality in the midfield as well that they could play through. So Sandzak have to be careful. Sandzak did a good job getting into a low block, 2 banks of 4, defending that last little spell of possession that Espanol had.
Looking forward for Mirza Sabovic.
But once again, Espanol coming away with the 50-50 balls. Sandzak not clicking.
And looking in from behind there, and Reza Matovic getting over there at the end and getting a nice little slide on that wet turf.
That slide was for the cameras.
And he's looking long up for Haris Sabovic, who's moved into the central forward position now. Ramos Sekic intercepts now. Here's Mirza Sabovic. Just getting crowded out in the midfield again, and hasn't seen too much of the ball yet. Mirza Sabovic, uncharacteristically.
Again, Espanol knocking a ball forward, having 2 guys run onto it and fight for the 50-50s. Of course, Sandzak has done a good job holding them off so far, but you never know on a wet surface. Ball could take a little skip. Center backs under pressure all game. If they get tired, they could make errors in the back, and so that's what it looks like Espanol is looking for right now.
Mirza trying to get out, but it's dropped down to number 7, and he's hit it well.
Those are the opportunities Espanol is looking for, just scrap for some balls and force Sandzak to maybe try to clear a ball. If they misclear it into someone's foot, someone can come running onto it and hit a volley like that. Looks like he struck it pretty clean.
I think it was Jimmy who got the block. He's probably got a very sore thigh after that.
And the goalkeeper is lucky the defender got in the way, because I think he would have had trouble with that one. He connected well with it.
Sent in Reza Matovic, who spilled it, and thankfully the wrong side of the bar.
Again, another symptom of the rain. You see the goalkeeper not quite getting a good grip on the ball.
And it looks like this rain is forecast to stop somewhere before 8, but doesn't look any sign of it abating in the short term.
No, sir. I think it's only gotten worse as the game has gone on.
And this is cold rain as well, we should mention. This is not the nice kind of warm summer rain that cools you down.
But if you look at the faces of these players, it doesn't look like any of them are bothered by it. They're enjoying every minute of this.
Oh, no. Mirza Hot was a little reckless with that high foot there. Didn't make any contact. It looks like Vuštrović has moved out to the left wing, and Hodzik is now on the right.
Man down now for Sandzak. Never want to see that. Hopefully he's okay.
There's Kojic, the skipper, down. Hopefully nothing to share. So important for them back there, Kojic. He's back on his feet now, the skipper, but still moving a bit gingerly. Tossed in towards Harasabovic.
Oh, good little flick behind.
We got Gregory Remador. What was your score, Gregory, for the 4-1 throws? I'm sorry, missed it, mate. We are another one.
Nice game,
All right.
I have the pot scoring buzz.
Really? All right. Mr. RC, shout out to Mr. Take care, Gregory.
I'm probably going to go watch this game.
Yeah, watch it. That's Gregory Remador from the Missile Reserves. Very happy because they had a 4-1 win. The first team is playing Flushing right now. But Missile is going to take an incredible run for them to get back in this promotion race at this point after losing to Ukraine. Nicely brought down there by Mirza Savage, but couldn't find the pass. And Sandzak struggling to find their rhythm at the moment. That's a little bit loose there, isn't it? Posic not able to bring it down though. And the block Espanol player just too strong for him. Coming away with it, and he's played it in between for number 12. And he's got some room to drive into the number 12. Fit in the back post, and that is expertly finished. And a lightning break by Espanol has put Sandzak in some trouble.
And that's what Espanol have been looking for all game, is that quick ball in behind. They won a key 50-50 ball in the midfield here, physical, able to stay on his feet, and then he plays a nice ball in behind. One-on-one with the goalkeeper and didn't disappoint with the finish.
And Sandzak found themselves behind last week as well and managed to turn it around. But Bloc Espanol have been difficult for them to deal with these last 15-20 minutes. They need to find another gear.
There's Espanol looking for that quick ball in behind down the left side once again.
Good win back there by Vuštrović. Looking early to send Harasabovic away, but Sandzak themselves have struggled with that ball over the top so far to really get the timing right of the run and the delivery. But that's a dangerous ball, and Sabovic has headed to Vuštrović. He's got a chance to level it, he's onside. And he just totally miscued the shot. And he's been brought down, but what an opportunity.
Looked like he couldn't get his feet sorted out, but that was a good opportunity there. Inside the box, couldn't manage to get his shot off. That goal seems like it's going to open this game up a little bit. It looks like Sandzak was being a little conservative in the beginning of the game, holding back a little bit. When they were attacking, they were just attacking with maybe 4 or 5 players. But now a goal down, Sandzak is going to have to get after this game and attack a little bit more. Should be interesting to see.
Todzic delivering it in towards the far post. It's gone past everyone.
Shame to see a free kick go over the top like that, because Sandzak has so many tall players. They've looked dangerous on most of their set pieces. You always want your free kick taker to put it in the mix and give your team a chance to put one away, right?
They're looking in
nice
over the
ball
top
in
again.
behind.
And Rezamatovic coming off first line. And he's cleared it out, but almost fell to the number 7, but the goal gaping is Ahmed Todzic. Couldn't find a blue shirt though. And Espanol coming back at Sandzak again. Mirza Hot getting a foot on it, and Kojic going in long. So the centre back dealing with it well again.
Espanol has been successful down this left side when they can find space for those runners through. There's another ball looking for the striker to flick it on to the left-hand side.
Jimmy just playing himself into a little bit of trouble here, and they've got it back. Espanol. Jimmy managing to get the recovery. And that's a nice little turn by the fielder, and he's running that tackle. And again, as you were saying, Nano, this left side, they're coming down. Espanol looking to cut it back in. Kojic has sliced that clearance, and he's offside this time. But Sandzak just rocking a little bit at the moment.
Looks like Espanol are just throwing numbers down that left-hand side. They know that Sandzak's Jimmy on the right back here likes to go forward, and so they're taking advantage of the space that he's leaving and just playing balls in behind. So Sandzak have to find a way to cope with it, either to tuck in behind Jimmy to defend or hold Jimmy back a little bit more. Although Jimmy has provided a few attacks down the right-hand side for Sandzak as well, so it's tough to give that up. You still want to keep that attack going. So maybe they want to slide over those center backs just to cover in behind Jimmy's back a little bit, because that's where Espanol look most dangerous.
And they've lost it here. Oh, but the referee called the free kick on Hodzig. And Alasawi has come on in the middle for Mirza Sabovic. Alasawi then, number 2's coming on into the middle for Mirza Sabovic. The young man getting a rest. Sound long. Ramos Sekic getting his first head on net. Played into Samanovic, but it's loose by Sandzak, and they're really struggling just to keep the ball at the moment, the Bosnians. Come out down the side. And Slimovic. Maybe a Sandzak throw. Slimovic. Jimmy giving it back to Rezamatovic. Rezamatovic going up long. And there's Alasawi with his first touch. Got hit with a colossal tackle there. Here's Todic. Back to Kojic. Sandzak just not keeping the ball at the moment, and Kojic came in too hard on the back of the number 7 for the referee's liking, and they're going to have another free kick, Espanol, as we move into the last 10 minutes of this first half.
And you could hear as the play came over closer to the camera, you could hear some of the midfielders just on Espanol just communicating with each other, and you were right, Josh, they're growing into this game. You know, they started a bit slow. Sandzak looked like the stronger team. But now Espanol has gained a little confidence with a goal and a couple good attacks down that left side.
And here they are again on that left side. That time he'd gone offside. And Jimmy trying to take it too quickly for the ball to stop moving. And Nano, where do you think it is that it's breaking down for Sandzak? Because they did look quite strong in that first 10 minutes. What do you think's changed for them?
Yeah, it's good question. I think they lost a little bit of their rhythm. I think with a game like this in the rain, a lot of balls have been going out of bounds, overhit, right? Things like that. And that just breaks the tempo of the game. And slowly as that's happened, Espanol has grown into it. Espanol has consistently been playing big balls over the top, which in the beginning were easy for Sandzak to deal with. But as they kept putting pressure, as they kept looking for the flicks in behind, playing down the left-hand side, Espanol has looked more and more dangerous. I think the key for Sandzak now, it's the end of the half, so hopefully at halftime their coach has some good words for them and inspires them to just put the ball back down on the ground and connect some passes first so that they can grow back into the game. If they start to go long, they're going to play right into what Espanol is looking for. So hopefully Sandzak can connect some more passes and just find their rhythm again.
And they're going to have a corner right now, Sandzak. And the first real attacking opportunity they've had in a while, Vucetovic to take it. Sending it in the near post. It's not a good corner. It's gone right
Again,
into the
it's a
netting.
shame that he doesn't put that one in the mixer because they've looked so dangerous on set pieces. So whenever they have those opportunities, you got to make the most of them, right? You got to put it in the mix and hope that one of your big players, I mean, Sandzak has 3-4 guys who are real big, a head taller than the other players. So you'd hope that they could get ahead on those balls. But if you play it out of bounds, you just don't give them a chance. Somewhat of a delay here. I don't know what's going on. Nice ball from the goalkeeper there on Espanol with the pink hair, playing a nice pass out to the right back.
And they're looking over the top, the linesman flagging it.
Once again though, Espanol looking for that ball over the top. If they can time their runs properly, they could get in behind again.
Sandzak making another change. It's Hodzik coming off and number 3, Emir Bakovic, who's coming on.
Looks like Bakovic is coming on to the right-hand side.
Well, he may actually just moved into the centre. I think
Oh, yeah.
Sabovic
That's right.
just moved out there. And they've missed that one. Here's Vucetovic. He's going to feed it into the back post and fight it across. And Bakovic, a player who's got so much hunger. It hasn't really happened for him this season yet, but he's shown so much desire. And with Sekic out, this may be his chance to step up and make an impact. Someone's going to have to for Sandzak to get it back level.
Yeah, you hope he can bring a little bit of energy up top right now, because I think that's where Sandzak might be lacking a little bit. It looks like in the midfield they're able to connect some passes, but when they go forward, they're not really creating anything through the middle. They've created some opportunities wide with good crosses and created chances that way, but through the middle, not much, unless Espanol has made a mistake, right?
Brilliant, Alasawi doing well to battle away with that ball. And there's Kojic. But again, it's not the best pass and putting them under pressure. And he's got some space here, the number 7. He's offside. That's a good save by Reza Masovic.
It didn't look offside to me. It looked like there was one more defender holding him on, but hard to tell from this angle. Goalkeeper made a nice save after the whistle, though.
So Alasawi getting absolutely flattened.
Physical challenge there.
And he's looking in behind, and Espanol looking to get a second right before half time. 2 options in the box, cut back across. Kojic's missed it. And really good chance.
Once again, Espanol being physical in the midfield, winning the 50-50 ball, able to find some space, drive forward, and wait for the runner to make his run down the right-hand side this time. Finding the runner through, playing a nice little 45-degree ball back in, and then couldn't manage to get the shot on target. But Espanol just looking so dangerous on the counterattack, looking so dangerous playing early balls through.
Jimmy intercepting that one, and he's come away, giving it to Todic. And again, it's that long pass. It just isn't working right now for Sandzak. Borgetto's coming across, but he hasn't cleared that one. And they're coming down the right again, Espanol. And it's going to fall to number 12. He's got some space. Trying to get into a shooting opportunity, but just took too many touches and Kojic intervened. And then number 12 getting a yellow card for that, for kicking the ball away and wasting a little bit of time. Kojic looking to drive it up to Vučtrović. And Vučtrović has rode the tackle. He's moving to the box, but
just ran out of space on that left-hand side.
And there is the half-time whistle. Sandzak going in one behind. They started brightly, but as the game went on, struggling to really connect the plays. And Nana, what do you think it is that Sandzak need to do differently to get themselves back into this in the second half?
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, they started strong. They had a few set pieces early on, a few good attacks, a couple shots. Couldn't quite manage to get it on target, but they were looking dangerous in the first 10 minutes or so. And then Espanol grew into the game, started looking for the counterattacks, the balls over the top, and Espanol started connecting and growing into the game. And now Sandzak has to find their footing again. And I think the secret in the second half is Sandzak just putting the ball back on the ground and playing simple passes, getting back in their rhythm. If they let the ball do the work, if they move Espanol around a little bit, tire them out, then when Espanol win the ball, they're going to have less energy to counterattack. They're going to have less energy to be able to play those quick balls out. So Sandzak just need to put that ball back on the ground and find their rhythm again. Of course, it's a quick game. The surface is slick, and you know, it's not easy. Not an easy task to put the ball back on the ground and keep possession. But I think that's what they're going to have to do.
All right. Well, let's come out in front a bit, Nana, because obviously it's a very important day today. This May the 9th. So today is Mother's Day. Now, Nana, I already did my heartfelt tribute to my mum earlier today, but now it's your turn to do it. So we've got a couple of really nice pictures you sent of you and your mum. What's some words you'd want to say for her?
Yeah, well, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and a special shout out to my mom for supporting me through my entire life and giving me the opportunities that I've had thus far. Obviously, soccer is a big part of my life, and she was instrumental in helping me achieve my dreams to play pro soccer. And I know all of these players out here have lovely mothers as well, and they're supporting these guys in their gameplay as well. So happy Mother's Day to everyone, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday.
Nice. And in terms of with your mother, you just talked about her being a really big support for you in your journey to become a pro. Is there one memory, soccer memory, you have with your mum that really sticks out in your long career now?
Well, we always had a joke with my mom that whenever she would come to the game, something or you know, I wouldn't score a goal. I wouldn't, you know, do anything special. If she missed the game, then I would score. Then I would do something. So the joke was that she could be there to support me, but she couldn't watch. If she looked away, I would score. You know, so that was always the joke, is that she was there by my side the whole time, but behind the scenes, doing everything important that no one got to see, right? And then when she wasn't there, then the magic would happen. But that's all tribute to her, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, happy Mother's Day, guys. And we're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back for the halftime in a couple of minutes. All right, guys. Well, I just showed. If you're watching the Arsenal live stream earlier, we had the travel team I coached. We played some travel messages, and Nano gave me the very good suggestion that we should just play it again. So we're going to. We may have to cut it a little bit as the teams come on, but let's have a look. Off we go.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Mommy, for bringing me to soccer games, cheering me on the sidelines, bringing me to soccer practice. Let's give ourselves Happy Mother's Day. I appreciate you because you always find a way to get me to every soccer game. Happy Mother's Day. I love my mom because she taught me how to juggle and shoot.
That's why I love my mom.
Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for driving me to soccer and my games and for supporting me. Go Arsenal. Happy Mother's Day. You're the best moms ever. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was just a couple of the messages. We had to cut it off because the teams come back onto the field. But you can see that full video is going to be posted on the Instagram later. And you can also watch it back in the Arsenal live stream at 3 p.m. But some really beautiful messages from those young kids who've got such amazing mums supporting and inspiring them. And we are off and underway in this second half. Sandzak chasing 1-0 behind. And they really were going to need to win this one to give themselves a good shot in the promotion race. And Ramo Sekic getting brought down there. And let's have a look at who we've got out there. We've got Ramo Sekic in left back, Kojic and Mirza at centre back, Jimmy at right back. Looks like Samanovic has dropped back into midfield alongside Selimovic. Ahmed Todic in the attacking midfielder position, Mirza Sabovic at centre forward, Vustovic on the left, and Haris Sabovic on the right wing. So switching up again, moving Mirza Sabovic to that centre forward position. And that ball's just gone over the fence.
Well, we can definitely feel a little burst of energy in the second half from both teams coming out strong in the first couple minutes. Maybe they heard all the Mother's Day messages and they were inspired.
They got to do their mums proud.
That's right. During the halftime show, Josh, you asked about any specific memories, and I will say my mom was the team manager for my team for a few years, so she did extra work besides just being a parent. She was the team manager, so she was basically like the team mom, you know, doing everything, organizing rides and uniforms and snacks and all the different things. So special shout out to all the parent managers out there. They do such important work for the kids. And then obviously on these men's teams.
Oh, but there's Mirza Sabovic! Just flashed it past the post. Very close. Sorry, Nano, go on the men's team.
Yeah, these men's teams also have people working behind the scenes to organize everything. So special shout out to those managers.
I guess in that vein, I got to give a quick shout out to Arsenal's team manager and mum of Elizabeth Finn, Michelle Finn, who is an amazing mother to Elizabeth. What an amazing daughter she raised, but such a great team manager for all of Arsenal, and for me as a coach, makes everything so seamless.
That's right, and Derek Dorner, the manager for my NAFC U17 team that I'm coaching at the moment. Special shout out to him and his wife, Carmel Melly, who help us out to organize things. Happy Mother's Day, Melly.
Here's Jimmy. And well there to turn around one and give it to Ahmed Todic. And Todic is going to launch this one in. But it was caught late, Todic, and it's going to be a free kick for Sandzak.
Sandzak throwing the big boys forward into the box for the set piece. Looks like Jimmy's gonna take it. Hopefully Jimmy can put a good ball in the box this time.
He's got 6 blue shirts to aim for. The almighty frame of Mirza Hot and Amas Kojic to aim for. And he's put down, but the referee calling it back again. I'm not sure exactly what. I think the wall just moved forwards a fraction.
And I think Jimmy's lucky that the referee's calling that one back, because that ball went way over the top again, and he's got to give his teammates a chance to get ahead on that ball.
Let's see what we can do with the second go at it. And it's bouncing in dangerously. Falling back to Todic, still bouncing around. Todic appealing for a handball. Back with Selimovic. And that's loose from Selimovic, and they're going to have a chance here to break. Samanovic steaming back and covering really well there. Where's Matovic up to Selimovic. He's given out to Sekic, and that's better there. Sekic up into Mirza Sabovic. Back to Selimovic. Ramo Sekic. Looking in behind for Haris Sabovic, but delayed his run. Sabovic to stay onside. It's too far ahead of him.
Couldn't quite get the timing right. But they connected a few passes here, and I think that's what they need to look for in this second half. If they want to take control back of this game, they got to look for those little combinations, and then they'll get the timing right and get some chances in behind. There's some interplay in the midfield there.
And Jimmy up far forwards again. A nice little give and go with Todic. Jimmy was looking in for Mirza Savic, couldn't find him. Sabovic tracking back well there. And loose header by Espanol, and here's Sandzak, who have started this half well. And Todic sending in towards the back coast. The keeper's missed it. It's going to fall to Vuskovic. Oh, it looked like it would, but more under the right back spell. Very nervous moment for the goalkeeper. Vuskovic whipping in with that left foot, and the keeper's missed it again. It's fallen, and it's off the line. Mirza Sabovic coming so close there. Sandzak knocking on the door there for a second, but that's the ball in behind, and he's just offside.
And that was a close call by the AR there. Espanol forward trying to time his run, just holding his run, just tippy-toeing to stay onside, and hard to say whether he did or not. The referee called him off.
And there was that other attacker coming in behind him as well, who maybe could have argued he was onside if the first man had left it.
And just before that, just before the offside call, Sandzak had 2 balls into the box that the goalkeeper for Espanol just misjudged. And you could just see the energy that Sandzak might be growing back into this game in this second half.
Vuskovic is down at the moment. They've sent Alasawi in for now, and it looks like Vuskovic holding his head. So Alasawi in there for him. Kojic just putting his foot through that one. Kojic leaping up, and Mirza Sabovic not able to get a hold of that. And it's a good ball forward to the left winger. He's got some space to drive into. Just one option right now in the box, as he looks to cut in to find someone. Gives it back to the number 7. But Mirza Sabovic tracked back well there. And here comes Jimmy, but wasn't the right pass.
Espanol finding some space to play through the midfield. As this game goes on and legs get tired, I think guys will stop closing down as quickly, and there's going to be some spaces opening up on both sides.
They're looking for one in there for Vuskovic, and Vuskovic is oh no, sorry, that's not. It might be. Sorry, I think it was Samanovic, who came off. Kustrovic still is on the field. There's Sekic, but that's not a good pass by Sekic, and Sandzak has got to be more careful with this ball. They've given it away cheaply too often. So back in, but Matovic gathers that one comfortably. It looks like Alasawi's moved to right back, and Jimmy, who has been playing very attacking that right back position anyway, he moved up to the right wing. Coming on the left, and Alasawi doing well there to get a foot on that one. Alasawi putting some good pressure on that ball and come away there, giving it to Selimovic. Savovic looking in for Haris Savovic, who got absolutely clattered from behind. And that was a bad tackle and deservedly getting a yellow card there. And a little bit of afters on the ball, off the ball between Kojic. And Kojic's getting a yellow card for that one.
And Espanol sending a clear message with that tackle that they're not going to mess around in the back. And then the skipper for Sandzak just sticking up for his teammate, earning himself a yellow card. But a good job by the referee, just keeping control of the game and making sure that this game doesn't get out of control.
Todic will take this one. It's a long looping ball, and Jimmy sniffing around for it. Watched well by the Espanol defender. Back with Jimmy, and Jimmy was caught late there, and it's going to be a Sandzak free kick, and this is another opportunity for them to deliver a ball in, and that is another yellow card in the game. This is 3 in a space of 2 minutes.
And again, I think that's just the referee making sure he maintains control of this game, cautioning a player, because you know, really it wasn't too much of a foul. Don't know if it warranted a yellow card. It wasn't stopping a counterattack or anything like that, but referee doing a good job managing this game.
Amir Todic whipping it in. And again, it's coming onto the crossbar, still bouncing around, and they've equalised! Mirza Savovic on the back post. The keeper again struggling to deal with the high ball. And Sandzak have brought it back level.
It's that man again, putting the ball in the back of the net, and we've said it all game. Sandzak have looked dangerous on set pieces. In the past few minutes, their goalkeeper has missed a couple balls and just felt like Sandzak was growing in some confidence. Maybe felt like they had some opportunities, and sure enough, there it was, and they put it away.
And can Sandzak build on this to get the win they so desperately want, to move him into that promotion zone? Kojic getting caught there late off the ball. And I see the referee just giving the number 10 a warning this time, not brandishing the yellow. There's a late one on Kojic.
And again, referee just showing that he's under control right now, talking to Espanol's forward, making sure he's not losing control, but this time keeping the yellow card in his pocket after taking 3 yellow cards out in the past couple minutes.
looking over the top there in Kojic. It still does look like Sandzak are mainly going for the direct one, Nano. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, they are.
I guess probably trying to test that defence on the wet surface. This is Mirza Savovic, the goal scorer. Just taking a little too long on the ball, and Espanol coming forwards. And Kojic, who's got to be careful now, he's on a yellow card. It's a nice beat by the number 10, they just overran that one. And Savovic caught late, and the number 10, having just been warned, is going to get a yellow card for that one.
And that's just a silly tackle by the number 10 on Espanol, because he knows the referee just warned him about it, and then he left his foot in a little bit late. He had no chance at winning that ball. Just a little frustrated maybe that they gave up a goal recently, that they aren't able to connect, and earning himself a yellow card, getting himself in the book. And now later on in the game, if an opportunity comes that he has to make a tactical foul, he has to opt not to now because he's on the yellow.
Kojic will take this one as the rain just continues to absolutely tip down. Again, going for route one. And Vučković got some space here. He's in the box, cutting out the byline, fitting across the box. And no one could apply their finishing touch. Excellent work by Vučković. And he's just lying on the ground. I'm not sure in pain or just out of pure frustration. He did everything right there. I think it was Jimmy on the back post who just couldn't get that final touch.
And it looks like Jimmy, as he followed through, maybe clipped the goalkeeper for Espanol because the goalkeeper is down. Just giving a few minutes for everyone to get up and make sure everyone's healthy.
We have just passed the hour mark in this game. Sandzak having just equalised. Looking for that win that would take them into the top three. You can see Borgetto, we can actually see behind at the moment. They're facing against Japan tonight. Japan, the team that is just ahead of Sandzak. So the reserves facing off at the moment. But here's Jimmy, he's got a little bit of space. And the setback to Selimovic was not good.
And Sandzak frustrated that Jimmy didn't put that ball into the box, but instead opting to play that ball back towards the top of the box, but couldn't connect with his teammate who was coming to run onto it. Sandzak had two players almost at the 6-yard box, so they were looking for Jimmy to play that ball across and maybe give the goalkeeper some more trouble. There's Espanol springing on the counter-attack. They look dangerous in the first half, but in this second half, Espanol has not been able to manage to get any dangerous attacks, really.
Crunching tackle there by Todic. Sawi tossing it down the line. And guys, I take this moment to remind you that we are going to be announcing the Goal of the Month winner at the end of this Sandzak match. Thank you to everyone for the incredible engagement for that Goal of the Month video. We've got over, I think we've got about 1,500 views on it, and well over 1,000 votes as well. And just incredible to see great goals we saw in that month of April. But there can only be one winner, and it will be announced at the end of this game. Kojic with a lovely ball out to Vučković, who's got some space to drive into. Just Haris Savovic right now in the middle. Vučković looking to cut in that right. He's had the strike. But the defender sticking well with Vustovic. And the number 10 just letting that one slip under his foot off the wet surface.
And Espanol just struggling in the second half to put anything together. You can see some frustration. Espanol making, looks like 1 or 2 substitutions. Maybe getting one player off who was on a yellow card.
Yeah, you're right, it is the number 10 who was on the yellow coming off.
It's a shame that Espanol's number 10 got that yellow card because he looked like one of their more dangerous players. So we'll see what his replacement has to offer.
They're looking again in behind their Espanol, but he's caught offside. And Sandzak making a change. Samanovic, who had come off injured previously, replacing Todic. And he's going to come into the middle, Samanovic. It's another Route 1. And it's been a Route 1 kind of game from Sandzak. Kosik again, just hoofing that one up long. Giving that back to Reza Matovic.
Nice little touch there by the assistant referee. Little Neymar touch.
That's a nice little dummy there by Vustovic. And that was a handball by the number 14. And Sandzak are going to get another chance to loop this ball in towards the goalkeeper.
Sandzak arguing that should be a yellow card because the handball looked pretty intentional.
Aris Sabovic standing over this one.
He's got number 7 down the left-hand side there. If he wants to play a short one, doesn't look like he's going to.
Whipped in towards that back post. And Kosik's heading it back across, and it's going to be a Sandzak corner.
Once again, Sandzak looking dangerous on the set pieces. Or we can say that the other way, Espanol not able to defend the set pieces properly because that ball was high and looped up. Looks like they could have cleared it.
Kosik's going his head on that one again. And arguing for a corner, but not given.
Just every time the ball goes in the box, we've got 3 blue shirts rising above the yellows. They look dangerous. They gotta keep putting those balls in because they can create chances off of that.
Selimovic just hesitated there, and they're coming forwards again. Mirza Hot hooking it away. Now Sawi looking for the long ball up, but back with Espanol. It's a loose pass though out to the winger.
And Espanol again just looking for the quick ball forward, but not managing to connect in this second half. They're struggling to get out.
They're coming forwards now. Block Espanol. Samanovic just about getting a foot on that one. Vustovic battling well for that and come away from it. Surrounded by yellow shirts. He got a little push in the back. The referee not giving it. Giving it to Kosik, and Kosik has lost his foot in there. There's not made much of though by the number 21. Mr. Hot clearing it out. And it's straight offside there. Sent that long, and Jimmy doing well to wrestle through out of that situation. So giving it into Jimmy. It's going to be out. No, and that's a late tackle by Jimmy. It might have been Mirza Savic actually. He's picked up a yellow for that. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are tuned into the YouTube, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel? We have got so much more exciting content coming to you for football the rest of this spring season, and some very exciting developments for summer, which are going to be announced very shortly. Vučković there, doing well to create it. He's coming down to the byline. Options in the middle. Cut out. I think Mr. Sabovic was screaming for that on the edge.
That's good work down this sideline here, fighting off two defenders, getting maybe pushed in the back, but able to keep his balance and pushing it past that center back, getting around him. Couldn't manage to make that pass, that final pass, but really good work down the left-hand side. And now he gets a set piece for his team, which he knows his team are dangerous.
Sabovic will deliver this one in. The big gun's up there again. Sent in towards the front post. And it's going to fall to Semanovic, but just got under it.
Once again, even on an under-hit corner kick, ball falls out to someone coming onto it. Every set piece seems to be dangerous for Sandzak. If they can manage to keep earning themselves set pieces, they're going to put themselves in a good place to win this game.
They've got about 20 minutes left to do it, Sandzak. Draw would not be enough to take them into the promotion spots tonight. It would, however, take them 1 point behind FC Japan, and if FC Japan lost to Borgetto, which is probably the expected result in their 8 p.m. kickoff, then Sandzak would have a game in hand to extend the lead. And that's a good ball into Sabovic, and he's twisted and turned, and it's a really good recovery tackle by the defender there. Not easy to keep pace with Sabovic.
Again, Sandzak just working it well down the left-hand side, growing even more in this second half. Espanol center back coming to the rescue there, but putting it out for another set piece for Sandzak. Let's see if they can put this one away.
Sent in towards the back post, and Kojic rising up, and it's hit the bar, and the top of the bar still there. The goalkeeper gratefully receiving on the second. Everyone just seemed to freeze for a moment. Look, Espanol trying to break there. Adasawi too much to cover it.
And on that last corner kick, you know, it was a blue shirt rising up with no one else around him for the header. Just popped it up high and ended up hitting the crossbar, but not managing to get a good forehead on the ball like he wanted. But Espanol just hasn't been able to deal with the set pieces. It's been a struggle for them all night. And Sandzak also have not really been able to take advantage of those set pieces like they could. Of course, they put one away on a set piece, but the number of chances that they've had on set pieces is incredible.
And the referee just having a word with someone on the Sandzak bench. Not sure exactly what it is that's happened. The throw-in is going to be able to happen now. Tossed in and sent up long towards Harasavic, who brings it down wide. He's got Vuskovic coming the left. He looked to slip him through. Back with Mirza Sabovic. And Mirza goes for the long-range shot.
Ambitious effort there.
That was one. That was certainly one for the cameras. I think he was dreaming of the May goal of the month competition there.
Yeah, or he was watching the Espanol goalkeeper for the past 25 minutes or so. In this second half, the Espanol goalkeeper has let a couple balls through his hands. Sandzak figuring, why not take a shot? See what happens. Wet conditions, you never know. Goalkeeper asking for the other ball. Maybe the other ball has better grip. Sandzak anxious to get on with the game. They know that they're chasing after it. A draw 1-1 is not a good enough result for them tonight. They have to get a win, so looking for that second goal.
And Ahmet Todic has come on into the centre midfield. I think it's Selimovic who's come off. Ramo Sekic watching that one well. And Vuskovic looking long for Haris Sabovic, who had gone offside.
Classic moment there where the referee backs the ball up about 10 yards, making sure that they have the spot correct, but the player moving it back up 10 yards without the ref seeing it.
We've got that dangerous number 10 for Bloc Espanol back on. It's on a yellow, but he's shown some very nice
Looks like
speed.
he's in a deeper role this time, number 10 for Espanol, seeing if he could be more of a playmaker.
And Kojic was waiting for a flag there, but it hasn't been given, and now the handball's given on Kojic. I think Kojic was waiting for the linesman to give an offside there for interfering with play, but it wasn't given, and this is a very appetizing position.
And number 10 having an immediate impact as he comes in the game. He was looking like their most lively player in the beginning of the half, but a bit frustrated. They took him off, rest the legs a little bit. He comes back on, brings some energy, plays the ball forward, looking to pick up some scraps from the center backs. Not able to deal with that ball over the top. And now getting a set piece, lining up to take it, number 10.
There's 5 men in the, sorry, 4 men in the Sandzak wall. No, it's 5.
A little bit of pushing happening in the wall.
Yeah. The referee is going to see just to that. And talk about another height differential now. Have a look at number 21 standing next to Mirza Hot right there. That's really about a 1.5 foot distance there. The referee is satisfied with the wall now. And number 10 is going to step up. Mirza blocked it, but he had moved well closer than 10 yards, charging that ball down. So they're going to have another crack at it.
Looked like he was tricked by the player who was running over the ball and he tried to close it down.
You guys know where field 74 is? Down there? Thank you.
And now Espanol get a second go at this free kick. Difficult wall to get it over, a couple tall heads in there.
They got 3 standing over it, and this time it's tried to get it below it, didn't get it. And Vuskovic looking to set away Harasavic, but ball's over hit. Play out to the number 10 and looking to slip in the centre forwards who had found himself a nice little half yard. Uh, 15 minutes. 15. Or about 10, Harris, 10. Todic getting absolutely bludgeoned in the back. And that's a free kick given on Samanovic, and Sandzak had just lost momentum in the last couple of minutes. Espanol with a chance to whip this one in. Chipped in towards the far side, headed back across, and Reza Matovic doing well to gather that. Looking up long, and Jimmy couldn't bring it down. Lovely turn there by Mirza Savovic, and the referee giving him the advantage. And he looks to set away Haris Savovic. Well closed down there by Samanovic, and Kemal Hot just waving his Sandzak players forward to try and close the space as they look to get that winner. Todic giving it to Vustovic. Got caught on it. And then Bloc Espanol got a chance to break here. The number 10 driving in at Kojic. He's coming on that left foot. And Kojic with a fantastic tackle there.
What a tackle. Captain comes flying in.
Vustovic looking to set away Samanovic, and he's got some space, Samanovic. Play back across. It's going to fall to Jimmy. Can he finish it? And he just couldn't get the power behind it. That was the chance there for Sandzak.
Sandzak frustrated at the moment. Sandzak fans on the sidelines breaking umbrellas because they want the ball to go in the back of the net.
And they've got to be careful now. Sandzak, Bloc Espanol
And
have got
Espanol
a
2-on-1. 2v1.
They could take the lead here again. Ooh. And Sekic, Ramos Sekic with a really important recovery there.
And this game is just going end to end now as we approach the last 10 minutes of the game.
We have two players down right now. It looks like Kojic and also Bloc Espanol attacking player. And there's just a off the ball going on right now between Mirza Hot and one of the Bloc Espanol players, Kojic, still down. Looks like he's in a lot of pain. He got a nasty knock last week, Kojic, against the post. He looks to be in quite a bit of pain. And he's still down, Kojic. Jacob, when it's something like this, let's try and center the shot and get a little bit more. So it's good for the audience to see.
It's a worry for everyone over there. It looks like they're huddling around, trying to make sure he's all right.
Looked like it must have been when he went in for that tackle. Maybe fell funnily as he was landing. looks to be quite a serious injury for Kojic.
Well, Sandzak will hope that the referee will be keeping an eye on his watch right now, adding time, because they're the team that needs to come away with 3 points if they want to have a chance at that playoff spot.
Looks like Kojic is back on his feet now, moving very gingerly off the field, and that's going to be the last we see of Kojic tonight. Selimovic coming back on for him. Big loss for Sandzak, and hopefully... Oh, sorry, is that... Maybe actually Kojic's back on his feet. He is back on his feet. I think it's the Loco Espanol player in that group huddle who got carried off. So it's a big relief for Sandzak at least. Hopefully the Loco Espanol player went off isn't in too much trouble.
And with everything stopped for so long, some players just getting a breather, maybe catching their breath a little bit and finding their legs for the last few minutes of this game. Both teams trying to just find that last little bit of energy to try to break this deadlock.
And it's like Selimovic has come back on for Alasawi. Ball's tossed in. Good header out by Todic. Kojic heading on to Misavic, looking to feed it on to Vučetović. We've probably got about 8 minutes left, including the additional time. Ramos Sesic get back to get hold of that, and that's a nice first touch by Mirza Savovic into Haris Savovic's brother. And Mirza's still going, but Haris just overran it a tad. Harasovic just caught the goalkeeper a little bit later, and the goalkeeper very unhappy about that. Players going on, the goalkeeper's got to get back on his line here. He's going to fall to Samanovic, who was looking for a sec to shape up to lob the off his line goalkeeper. Here's Jimmy, getting back to Alasawi.
And number 7 on Espanol, they're just trying to clear the ball a couple times and swinging and missing, but you can see the intention is just to put his foot through it and get it out of their own box.
And the ball was sent in there, and it looks like actually Kojic has come off, so Selimovic has come on for Kojic in the centre-back position.
And there they are, Espanol getting out, starting the counter-attack.
And there's huge gaps in the Sandzak defences right now, and they've got to be careful not to go behind the more numbers coming up on the right, and he's taken the shot! And that was a heart and moment mouth for Sandzak. A couple of feet wide in the end.
Espanol unable to convert, but you know, those are the moments where that little break with the injury, maybe players were able to find their legs again and find a little bit of energy for a little counterattack, a little burst at the end of this game. We know they're dangerous. We saw it in the first half. They haven't done it so much in the second, but a goal could come anytime.
He's putting his foot through that one. Vučetović with a decent looking first touch. And that back pass has put the goalkeeper in a bit of trouble, and Jimmy got a body on it. The keeper lucky that it ricocheted away. But that's a very wayward goal kick, and Samanovic was looking in for Jimmy. They called it back though. Block Espanol is Mirza. And he got dispossessed there. And they're coming again, but he's offside this time. Block Espanol very unhappy with that one. And it looks like Block Espanol going for the win as well. Neither team wanting to come away from this game with just 1 point. Todic will take it. And he does need to move a little bit, Todic, since it was an offside. It could not be in the half of Espanol. Todic sending it up long. Big header out by the centre back. It's going to be another point for Sandzak, and I think it's fair to say Sandzak have missed Messi Sekic's presence up top. They've looked a little bit short of ideas besides the route one, and that is a very hard tackle in there. On I think it was Mirza Savic, and Sandzak with a
strong tackle by the Espanol left back. He looked like he did get some of the ball, but went through the player to get it, making his case to the referee, but referee's not going to have it. It's a free kick in another dangerous place for Sandzak.
Todic delivers it in with speed, flashing across the goal mouth, in the back post, and Sandzak! Oh, this good called offside. Jimmy thought he'd won it, and Mirza going over to protest.
And we said it earlier, Sandzak so dangerous on the set pieces, almost able to put that one away, but just being held back by offside.
They've still got time left, Sandzak, not much, but we're about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, depending on how much additional time the referee plays.
Yeah, we've reached the end of regulation and played an extra minute already, but with the injury and all the stoppage, probably a couple more minutes extra time.
That was short there by Bizot. Here's Bustovic. And Samanovic looking to set away Harasovic. There's going to be a Block Espanol free kick though. Now you mentioned, Nano, it didn't look like either team was really too phased mentally by this rain, and you've got to give it to them. They really have stuck at it the whole way through what's been a very miserable day of weather. And there's a flick on, and he's through 21. He's got a chance to win it here. And Mirza hot with a heroic last minute intervention. The 21 just took too long on that. Sekic's looking to start an attack at the other end. They're all closing it down. And Jimmy putting a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper.
You're right, Josh. Credit to both teams for working hard through this rain, and even on the sidelines you can see some animated coaches and players.
Coming into Mirza Savic. It's going to be another Sandzak throw. Jimmy, not too many options with him, and he's done well in the end to get another. Well, actually, I think a free kick's been given, and a cheap free kick for Espanol to give away this late on.
Again,
we know what's going to happen here, Nano.
Yeah, well, they have to be happy with this free kick. That's where they look most dangerous all game. So another lifeline for them here in the last closing minutes.
Every Espanol player back in a defensive position. Sandzak thought they'd got a late winner a moment ago. It was disallowed. They're going to have another crack at it. Todic sends it in towards the back post. And the ball's bouncing in there. It's going to be a corner kick. And the barrage of the penalty area does not let up.
Well, it wasn't the best delivery on that free kick, but able to get another corner kick out of it, turn it into just one more chance to see if they can make it happen in the end here.
Jimmy with the right foot for this one. Floats in, but that was, should have been comfortable. Wasn't a good first touch. Partially cleared out. Vučtović bringing it back down. And they're coming away with it now, Espanol. Alasawi putting into that counter-attack. Good give and go as they look to get down that left side, Espanol. Going to be another Espanol throw in. And Ramos Sekic, so you can, as they breathe, you can see the moisture coming off them. It is such a wet day. And that one's gone loose. And Vučtović has been slipped through on the left. Moving into the box, Vučtović. Defender comes back and tracking back well. It's still with Haris Sabovic. Sends it back in, the defender blocks it. Ramos Sekic though has got some time. And it's not a good ball at all, Sekic. And that is the final action of the game. Sandzak going 1-0 down the first half, bringing it back level. But not the result they're hoping for.
And Sandzak feeling a little bit frustrated at the end of this game because they wanted the 3 points. An important 3 points if they want to get in that playoff mix, but weren't able to convert any of those set pieces.
And so that now leaves us with the table with Sandzak 1 point behind FC Japan. So Sandzak just picked up an extra point. Japan are going to be kicking off against Borgetto in just a couple of minutes. If Borgetto beat Japan, which is probably the odds-on expected result, then Sandzak will be 1 point behind Bosnians with the game in hand. And we've still got some afters going on off the field right now between both sides. There was definitely some heated moments in there at the end.
And you have to say Espanol did a really good job in the second part of the first half, just creating some opportunities for themselves on the counter-attack, playing early balls in behind, using their speed, and creating a couple chances, enough to score 1 goal.
Still going on at the back here. We haven't had a really good amateur league fight yet, no. Which I have to say I've been a little bit disappointed about, but let's take care of 1-1. Yeah, what's the score on Misil? Okay, so Misil won that 2-1. So we'll have another quick look at that table. I will now actually put Misil up to 6th place above Desportiva. Still, and the Ukrainians as well, still going to need a pretty exceptional run to catch up in those promotion spots, but not entirely ruled out. And it looks like everything is kind of broken up. All right, guys, we're almost done with our coverage, but it's now the moment that we've been waiting for all week. We are going to reveal the April goal of the month. Nano, I know you had a quick look at this without revealing the name. If you had one word to describe this goal, what word would you use?
An absolute missile. The shot was a missile.
Let's have a look at it. Here is our April goal of the month. Haris Sabovic and Messi Sekic has got a bit of space to drive into it, cutting onto his left, and he's had a strike! And Messi Sekic's superb form continues. What a strike! Arrowing it in from 20 yards. I don't think the keeper even moved on that one. Well done to Messi Sekic for that absolute rocket, and a huge shout out to the Sandzak community, who I think I tallied it all, about 370 votes if you added all the likes, comments, and all that good stuff. Well done to Messi Sekic, who's going to get a gaming frame cap just like the one Nano and myself have underneath our hoods because it is so cold and wet out here. And he's going to get a gaming frame in as well. But guys, that just about does it for our coverage. Nano, thank you so much for joining us out here this week. Hope to see you out again soon. And I know you've got a very talented U17 New Amsterdam team as well. What's the next game they've got coming up?
They've got a league game coming up next week against Rush Albany, and then maybe some friendly matches in between, and then a tournament at the end of the month.
Nice. And what about the first team for New Amsterdam?
The first team is playing on Friday against Stumptown here at home at the Hudson Sports Complex.
All right, nice. Well, good luck in all those games, Nano. And thanks so much for joining and giving all the expertise.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I hope to be on here again soon.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Thank you for all the amazing things you do for us on and off the field in the football world. And guys, thank you for tuning in, and have a great rest of your Sunday night.